Pleasant good evening and welcome to another edition of our Tulino program. Tonight, I have the great pleasure of welcoming our special guest on our show tonight. He'll be appearing on a couple of our episodes. It's a pleasure to welcome Dr. Peter Baofu. Dr. Peter Baofu is an American visionary and author of 144 theories and visions with 178 scholarly books and many other numerous articles that he's written, and he's well known all over the world. He's been around the world on various television stations, and also his books and his scholarly writings are used on various universities around the world. It is a pleasure to welcome you, Dr. Baofu, to NUS TV this evening.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Okay, well, to start off, I thought I would just talk a little bit about yourself, and it's your opportunity just to tell the audience who you are and what you are about. And I've noticed that you've been all over the world on various television stations doing interviews. And I wanted you just to touch base on why is it important for you just to get the message out to people about yourself.
Yeah, you had mentioned some of my works already, so maybe I can just add a few more. I'm the author of 178 books so far in all fields of knowledge in relation to the mind, nature, society, and culture. That is, in all fields of the formal sciences, the natural sciences, the social sciences, and the humanities. And I try to provide different solutions and visions, and I have provided more than 145 different new visions and theories of the human future in relation to the mind, nature, society, and culture. Not just for one culture, one society, and one specific group, but in the entire planet Earth. And that's why I have been in more than 127 different countries by now, and shall be more. So that is the global project that I'm doing, because I'm trying to provide solutions to global problems. And that's why it's so important for me to go to so many different countries. And as you just said, I was also interviewed on TV around the world in relation to some of the solutions that I propose to solve some of the global problems on Earth.
Wow. The word that comes to mind is genius. We talked about the solution to global problems. Now, for a small country like Samoa, we are not immune from the global issues that are happening around the world. As you would know, when something happens in Europe or in America or wherever in the world, it also affects our small island nation. In talking about the survival of our species, I'm sure that technology will play a major role in it. And as civilization evolves, technology has evolved greatly as well. One of the latest technologies that we're talking about threats to the human species. One of the technologies that have taken hold is AI, artificial intelligence. Now, I can see a lot of good that comes from AI, and there's also that side that argues, will it replace human, or will it, what are your thoughts?
Okay. I have also written several books on AI, artificial intelligence, computing, robotics, engineering, and all that. They are linked together. I think that AI can be useful in many ways, but it's not the only solution. You need many other technologies. AI is one of them again. It's one of the many that the future civilization will need. So that's a cut short of your question. Yes and no. It would not be the future, but it has some impact. But the other issue is the one that I heard a lot on TV and also media. People talk about, because even in films, in movies, in science fiction, they talk a lot about this, how the AI, the machine are fighting against man. And in fact, some years ago, there's an old film now, is that Odyssey 2001, that film, did you watch that? It was a long time ago. I was at MIT, I was educated, I was working for my PhD, and I remember that people talk about that film. So it's just one example. I'm not that pessimistic about that, but I'm not very optimistic either. I do think that AI will be the future, whether you like it or not. Robots, it will be the future. But I don't buy the Hollywood films like the machine are fighting against human. Yeah, no. Because I propose different theories, and one of them is post-humanity. The post-humans, that's what I call it. By the way, post-humanity and post-humanism do not confuse with a term which often some people use in sociology and also in philosophy. They talk about post-humanism. What they mean is that there's a criticism of humanism. Even though I use the same term, but I say pro-human-ism. Now that means something else altogether. Yeah. So do not confuse. Sometimes they ignore the dash. They just put the word together like this. So they confuse that, you talk about, you are criticizing humanism. I say, I have nothing to do with that, okay? So yes, the AI, they are going to be very useful, but for the post-humans, I make the prediction that it's not that machine fighting human like that. I do think that sooner or later, it will come soon, by the way, not that next year or 5 years from now, maybe a few decades from now, you will see more and more some problem between some more intelligent machines and humans. But I think that if you move further, because I'm a visionary, I look long term, and all of them will merge in the end. They become post-human themselves. So those humans that you watch in science fiction, they are not really humans anymore in the long term. They are themselves post-humans, which means that they will not be like you and me. They maybe they look a bit like humanoids, some of them, but inside them they may have some kind of biosensor over here. They have some kind of things. There are already some machines, some robots, something inside them already, which help them. I had written some book on military studies and on future militaries. I even said that in future military, some of the soldiers, it's not like a soldier now. In fact, they are trying to do that now. The exoskeleton. You will wear some kind of thing. So you can jump from here to the top of the mountain. We cannot do that, humans. But we are using machine. Some kind of devices, some uniforms, and all that. In the future, they will evolve to the point that inside you're already mixed with different nanotechnology, biotechnology, and all that. So you will jump over there without even using a special shoes and all that. Again, this farther into the future. That is the future that I'm thinking in the longer term. They will become post-human themselves. So instead of talking about fighting between AI and human, there will be no more human for them to fight. Yeah. They are also post-human. So instead of considering them as the enemy, they can be friends too. It's just like you are black, I'm white. We are different humans. But you are Asian, but you can still be my friend. I can fight you, fine. You can fight me, fine, but I don't need to fight you. You can be my friend, right? So in the future, they will have the different post-humans. They will, doesn't necessarily think that they are the enemy. Of course, they will fight too, but not because of this. They fight for something else. They fight not because I hate you, AI, because they are also post-human too, just as much as you are, but in a different way. So I propose different forms of post-humans. I talk about, for example, floating consciousness, hyperspatial consciousness, the forms without the body, humanoids, but that in the farther future, there will be no more humanoids, bionic beings, genetically altered beings, plantoids, for example, robot toys and all that. And we have all kinds of different versions or kind of spiritual kind of being in the universe and all that. We are gradually evolving into that, but it will take a long time. In my prediction, I have so many different theories. I have different stages. It's not that all of them happen all at once. First, we have this one, and after this one, and then you
go through various phases.
Yeah, but it will not be a straight line. You will branch out. It's not like a tree of evolution. Everything is so clear. You go here, the chimpanzee. No, that is false. Evolution never happened like that. You just go branch out, and you have a different things. So that is a very complicated map. It's not the simplified map that you get used to. Those are our textbook, by the way. It's not very useful. So yes, so that is the one. So I'm not that concerned. And another question you did not ask, but I think that's part of the question too. And some people like Musk and some other people have been talking about. I disagree with them. they are afraid that robots will be creating unemployment for humans. That's not true. I think that there may be some cases, but on the whole, I think it is very bad working, because this will free humans to do a lot of things. Now, instead of you doing this, now you can find another job. You can educate yourself to be something else. So they will do the dirty work, and we do this one. So it's not necessarily, look at railroad. And steam ships. In the first industrial revolution, when they have all this kind of steam railroad, people think that, oh, they are killing humans, they are going to this and this and this. No, now they are part of our life. We cannot do without them. Yes. Not only railroad, now you have airplanes. Before that, they have airplanes. People say, oh, you're going to die. No, we are part of the future too. So in the sense, don't believe in this.
Dr. Peter Baofu, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for availing your time to spend with NUS TV. And I'm sure our audiences, as myself, have, I've been intrigued, I've been educated, I've been enlightened, and I'm sure that our audience have felt the same. Thank you very much for being part of this discussion. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of our program.